Hey, afternoon YouTube. I'm just going to do a quick video on a iRocker Blacken Model X DIY fishing rack. They do carry these for about 150 bucks. Other manufacturers maybe a little bit more. I figured I had a bunch of PVC laying around. I scoured the YouTubes. I didn't see much on this, so I figured I'd throw this up there. So real quick on how I made it work. I haven't tried it yet. Could totally be a big failure. I don't know. We'll see. But let me flip the camera around and show you how I put this together. So this is it, obviously unattached. There is a dog that's completely uninterested in anything I do. So the stock fishing rack would mount to here, and obviously under here on the other side, at only 2 points. It looked pretty nimbly bimbly, in my opinion, for 150 bucks. I know it's metal, aluminum, and probably will last a lot longer than PVC, or maybe not. But decided to make one that has 4 points of connection, maybe a little more stable. And this is how I did it. I did have a bunch of PVC parts laying around, so I had to buy a few specialty pieces on the Amazon. I'll show you those. But for the base, it's fairly simple. These holes in the back are 8mm, 1.25 pitch screws that go in there, and these nut inserts. I just took an end cap for 1-inch PVC, drilled a hole in the center, and then put in an 8mm bolt with a washer and a lock washer as well. And I had to find the right size. I want to say they're 30mm long, maybe. Unfortunately, if I were paying attention, I could give you those details, but they just screw in here and here. And then for the where the stock mounts go for their fishing bar, I had some 1.5-inch starboard laying around, so I traced a pattern, drilled some holes, and did a similar setup for the forward end cap piece, where I just drilled a hole, obviously inset the bolt head, and used a nylon lock nut, and these will screw here. Now you notice I have 3 bolts here and 2 here. That's because, well, good old iRocker. These are 6mm bolts, and I believe 1-inch or 1.0 pitch. But the nutserts they put in, man, they're just not smooth. And this one got jammed up, and I had to actually rip it out of the hole. So I filled it with some epoxy and may do something with it later. It's really not necessary. So I'll install this real quick and get back with you in a second. Boom, 2 seconds later. This is installed here as well. And the rack, well, it's nothing special. I did have to get these 3-way connectors on Amazon. They're like $3 a piece, and then the 4-ways in the back. Right, I had these laying around, 45s. Alternately, you can do a 90 here, go across. I just thought the 45 looked a little better, even though I have some purple cleaner stain on there. And then I've got some high-tech zip tie rod holders here. This is just a temporary setup to see how well it works. And then this is all glued together. However, this top rack is not glued in here because I may make some modifications or may change to it. Who knows? See how well it works. I've yet to try it on the water. Don't know how well it'll work, but I'll try and do this one-handed. Simply, it just they slip on. And these particular fittings aren't super tight, so you can jam them in there, jam it down pretty tight, and you can still remove it. The downside of that is that it is, if you pull really hard on the back, that'll pop up. So let me simply just drill a hole all the way through on each side there on the aft mounts and insert a quick release pin that goes through. Probably an easy fix, a couple more bucks. Overall, probably 40 or 50 bucks worth of plastic. Again, the ones from the factory, I don't know what happened there. Phone just quit recording, but again, 150 from the factory from iRocker for their Blacken series. And other manufacturers may have similar or more. I really don't know. Don't really care. So we'll see how it works. I'll do an updated video after a little test on the water. clearly everything is customizable in the height. I got it so I could fit it. I'm really not quite sure how I'm going to do my little setup here, but you know, I got a cooler that I can use as a seat. It will actually fit under here, which may be helpful, maybe not. Another option is the old bucket seat. It'll also fit in there, more or less. There we go. So, who knows? Trial and error, I always say. But that's it. Hopefully that was quick and dirty. $40. Still doesn't care. See ya.